Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle Garcia. This is my weekly portfolio. So I start with all about me. I have my resume, philosophy of education, and how to contact me if needed. Going into what our course requires, I put it under my unit plan tab for innovative learning unit, and I put my header based on what my unit was, which is place value, my learning objectives, and my essential questions right on top of what the goals are for the unit. And then I have linked all of the activities through the buttons, and if you click them, they open right up to them. So I'll show you. That's one. And I made these assessments as well with SynStems, and I'll show you another one. And it gives background information as well as the objectives that align with the unit, and able to have the students do by themselves or all together, where everything is linked inside, as well as it being in the button on the website. This is the gamification activity that we created. It's the same thing linked through, and the students can either edit to do it themselves, or you can do it as a teacher in a small group. So the same thing, I have my objectives listed, all the feedback, the overview, the outlines, and then background information before doing said activity. That way the students are able to be successful on it. And then you will have the games linked for students to play, and then the reflection attached as well. So my gamification activity, I thought, was really helpful for students, as again, it's a way for students to practice their learning through the game. And again, you just click the picture and it'll take it to what the activity is, and you can just press play. And as I was saying, for all three, which is just a different way for students to learn, and then the reflection at the end for them to be able to reflect if it was helpful or not, how do they feel about it. And I think being able to have this for students themselves, like they can edit the template, that way they can just submit it via your LMS system as a teacher, and now you can have the data that way. Or you can do it as a class and have them write it in their journal. That's an option. It's stated on there as well. And then going back to my website, I have the resources linked as well at the bottom. So if you wanted to play as a class, my gamification techniques are listed there. Again, the number generator to see who's going to go, or if you want to do it as a group. This is the scoreboard, and then the grouping. That way students aren't picking partners. You can have the classroom screen pick it for you. And then moving on is the final assessment in the unit. This is just a visual, that way students can view what it looks like. That way they can answer on a whiteboard or in their journal, or they can click here. It's the same thing, edit template, and students can do it on their own iPad, or you can do it for them. And here's the rubric of what is expected of them, and then the rest of the resources. So again, if they didn't want to use base 10 blocks, they have the Numberline mat available, or a 10 frame mat, or digital base 10 blocks via IXL. And then all my resources are at the bottom. I think this unit was really helpful for students. That way, again, they have multiple activities that they can practice on, and they're not all worksheet based. They can all be digital. They can do it at home if needed, and it just gives them more ways to be able to understand the concepts and view it, as it has pictures, and it has what is the goals on the rubric, and simplifying what they need to do, like the columns and just having multiple ways to do it. Like I said, number line, 10 frame, base 10, or having gamification, making it more fun with the scoreboard. As a teacher, having all these different possibilities ensures that your results are going to be accurate and concise. That way, you're able to know what the students know and what you need to work on. So, that is a unit plan and my gamification activity. And then moving on, I have my rest and adaptive technology tab from our strategies and our resources. So my YouTube video is linked on the website, and you can watch it through there. And then my reflection, I think this is a great adaptive resource, which is Prodigy. And it helps enhance student learning. Prodigy turns learning into a game where students can go on adventures where they use magic, but in doing their adventures, they encounter problems which they have to solve with math. This allows students to apply their skills in a non-stressful way through gamification. And this resource is helpful as teachers can assign the lessons that students will work on based on the current curriculum, and it even gives feedback back to the teacher on their side. That way they can monitor the student progression to adapt lessons and small groups or whole groups as well. And then on the right is the strategies list, and you can access all the links. You can scan the QR codes through there all the way down. Again, my reflection at the bottom. And doing this list, I am able to provide students with different resources to enhance their learning experience and learn the best way they can. If you go through them, these apps provide ways for students to adapt and support and learning with immediate feedback or having gamification, as some of them are games and apps that they can download either at home or you can make accounts at school and do it through Google or Clever. As an educator, this helps build my toolbox to support my students. So when one app or strategy doesn't work, I know I have another to try. So you can also go through that as well. And again, the links, you can go through them and go through it on another window. So if needed, you can do that as well. So I hope that this is extremely helpful for you and that you're able to scroll through and find some new strategies or new ideas that you think you might try, or be able to spike some and other ideas that you can get as well. Thank you.